Hello students, today in this video we are going to discuss the numericals based on equations of motion. So what are the three equations of motion that we have studied in the previous video? This is v is equals to u plus at, s is equals to ut plus half at square, and third one is v square minus u square is equals to 2as. Okay, now what are these variables that we know? Let's just revise all these variables. V is the final velocity, u is the initial velocity of the object, a is the acceleration, which is always taken as uniform acceleration, okay, and s is the distance or displacement, whatever is the case, and t is the time. Now to solve the numericals based on equations of motion, we must know how to use these variable values or how to put the values of all these variables. What are these variables that we know? Okay, so for that we are basically having two types of numericals. When in the first case we will consider when the object is having motion on the surface, that means on the earth's surface. If we consider the motion, any object is moving on the surface. And secondly, when any object is moving above the surface of earth or against the gravitational force. So two cases we will discuss, and how to solve the numericals that we will discuss, and after that we will take over to the type of questions. So type 1 numerical. Type 1 numerical has motion on the surface of earth. When we are considering motion on the surface of earth, again we are having two things over here. When in a type of motion where the velocity is increasing, okay, and where the velocity is decreasing. Why I am considering two cases? Because when the velocity is increasing, we know there must be some acceleration, and which is a positive acceleration you can say, and when the velocity is decreasing, there must be an acceleration which is a negative acceleration, or you can say retardation. Okay, so these are two types of the motion on surface types. Okay, now what are the values over here in this case? In this case we are having some initial velocity we can have when increasing velocity is to be considered. So initial velocity is having less value, and final velocity is having more value. So acceleration will have positive value because acceleration is v minus u upon t. In this case, one special case can be considered when u is less. U is less, it can be 0 also. Okay, when it will be 0? When the object is at rest, then u is equals to 0. Whenever the object is at rest in the beginning, suppose in a question it is given that the object is starting from rest and it achieves a velocity of 10 meter per second after 2 seconds. So time is 2 seconds in that case. Object was at rest, that means initial velocity is 0, and what is v? V is 10 meter per second in that case. Okay, so for that case we can find out acceleration by this formula. This formula is nothing but it is first equation of motion, because v is equals to u plus at. So we have used first equation of motion for that case in that example. Okay, so this is to be kept in mind whenever we are having a case of velocity increase, then u can be 0 in those cases, or you can have any value which is less than v always. Okay, next case is when the velocity is decreasing, that means acceleration is negative, or we can have retardation in that case. For this case u can never be 0. okay, because velocity is decreasing, so it must be having some velocity initially. That is why it is decreasing. If it is already 0, so how much it will decrease? It cannot decrease. So u can never be 0 in this type of case, and v is always less than u. You can say here it was more, v was always greater than u in this case, and in this case v is always less than u because acceleration is v minus u upon t. So acceleration is coming out to be negative in this case. Okay, in this case when u is having a particular value, say 10 meter per second, then v is having some less value than 10 meter it should be having, so it can have 0 value. When v is 0, when it will be 0? When the object stops, then we can say v is 0. When the object stops, then we can say v is 0. Fine. So in this case u cannot be 0, and in this case v cannot be 0. You can say v can never be 0. Okay, so we need to remember these things. We need to remember that u can be 0. In this case u can be 0, in this case v can be 0 when the object stops. So wherever in the question we are saying that object is at rest, then we will say u is 0. Wherever in the question says that object stops after moving this much of distance, then we will say that its final velocity v is 0. Okay, so now in type 2 numericals, we are having motion under the gravitational force. Motion under the gravitational force. So gravitational force, we all know what is gravitational force. Under the influence of gravitational force, every object is attracted towards the earth. So in one case, when the object is moving down or falling down under the action of gravitational force, suppose this is the object and this is under the gravitational force moving in the downward direction. And in the second case, against the gravitational force, when we are throwing any object in the upward direction in a vertical manner. Okay, so whenever an object is falling down, then this is one type, and whenever an object is moving upward, this is another type. Fine. Like in type 1, when the velocity is increasing and velocity is decreasing, we are having two types. Okay, so here what we need to take care in our mind, that when an object is falling from a height above the surface of earth, then its initial velocity is always 0 because it starts from rest. Suppose I am holding some object in my hand and I am leaving the object, so object will fall down. Okay, so if the object is falling down, then what happens? It increases its velocity because of gravitational force. The force is applied, so velocity is increasing. If velocity is increasing, so that is a case of increase in the velocity. It is similar to increase in velocity. And if it is increase of velocity, then acceleration is positive. And this kind of acceleration, when it is because of gravitational force, it is called acceleration due to gravity, and its representation is small g. Okay, so acceleration is actually acceleration due to gravity when the object is falling down under the gravitational force, and its velocity is always increasing at the rate of this acceleration. And this acceleration is actually uniform acceleration because the gravitational force is always same acting on every object, and it is coming out to be 9.8 meter per second square. This acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, this value, how did we get this? How do we get this value? That will be clear in our next chapter, that is chapter gravitation. We will study deeply all these concepts of gravitational force in that chapter gravitation, so that will be more clear in that chapter. For now, for understanding this type of numerical, we will understand that for this case acceleration is always positive and it is having the value 9.8 meter per second square, and initial velocity is 0. And because velocity is always increasing, so there must be some final velocity value when the object is reaching at ground. Fine. So some value of v just before touching the ground. You can see over here I am not making an arrow touching to the ground. Okay, just before touching the ground, the velocity will be the maximum velocity that can be achieved in this case. Okay, so this velocity will be that maximum velocity. Okay, why it is called maximum velocity? Because from initial point it was 0, so it is increasing as it is going down, and just before touching the ground it becomes maximum value of velocity. After that it will not increase, it becomes maximum. Why after that it will not increase? Because as soon as the object touches the ground, its velocity changes and it may stop over there. Okay, because of touching of the ground, right? Now in this case, what is the time? Time is must be given whatever time the object is taking to fall to this distance. And what is the distance? This distance must be the height from which we are making an object to fall. That will be height, and that is the actually value of s in this case. Okay, so h will be s, acceleration due to gravity will be g in this case. So for this case we can write u is 0, v will be v maximum, and t will be time actually, and s will be height, and acceleration will be acceleration due to gravity, that is 9.8 meter per second square. So for this case that should be kept in mind. Okay, now for the second type, when the object is thrown upward. When the object is thrown upward, then its initial velocity must have some value. Okay, suppose you have 10 meter per second square or 100 meter per second square, any value, initial value can be there. Why? Because I am throwing the object in the upward direction and I am applying some force that is actually against the gravitational force. What is the direction of gravitational force? In the downward direction. So gravity always acts in the downward direction and object is thrown upward. So what will happen when the object is thrown upward? It will go upward, and after some time, because of the gravitational force which is acting, which is pulling the object in the downward direction, then the velocity of this object, initial velocity, go on decreasing, because gravitational force is pulling it downward and the object is moving upward, so it is against the gravitational force. So the velocity go on decreasing and decreasing. So because of that, what will happen, that this velocity is decreasing. So that is the similar case, velocity decrease case. Okay, when velocity is decreasing, it may come to 0. So velocity may be 0. So final velocity in this case, when it is reaching a height is 0. So at velocity 0, the height reached will be the maximum height in this case. What is the distance covered? H is equals to s, and that will be maximum distance. Okay, so in this case u will be having some value. Okay, v will be can be 0 in this case. Time will be time taken. S is, that is height of the object, that will be maximum height achieved when v is 0, but it may not be 0 when it is 0 when the height is maximum. Okay, acceleration. What about acceleration? In this case, acceleration is against the gravitational force, so it will be considered as negative because acceleration is in the downward direction. Our velocity was increasing downward, but when we are going up, velocity is decreasing, so acceleration value remains the same, but it will be negative. Okay, so a is equals to g I can write, but it's having velocity minus 9.8 meter per second square. Sorry, it's having acceleration as minus 9.8 meter per second square. In this case it will be negative, in this case it will be positive. Okay, so let's take examples of your NCERT book for understanding these type of questions. On page number 8, I am taking the example number 8.5. This example says a train starting from rest attains a velocity of 72 km per hour in 5 minutes. Okay, so what do we understand? A train is starting from rest. That means u must be 0, initial velocity must be 0 in this case, and it is attaining a velocity of 72 km per hour in 5 minutes. Okay, so time is given, final velocity is given, initial velocity is also given. Assuming that the acceleration is uniform acceleration case, so that means equations of motion are applicable. Find the acceleration and the distance traveled by the train for attaining this velocity. So what we have to find using all these items, we have to find acceleration and the distance. Okay, so let's see how to solve this kind of question. So to solve these kind of questions, these numericals, first of all we have to write down what are the things given. There are few steps that we have to follow for solving the numericals, so that your numerical part is easy. First step is to write down the given things. If you follow these steps, then it will be easy to do the every type of numerical. First, what we have to do, we have to write down the given things. What are the given things in the question? Okay, secondly, we have to choose the formula, which equation or which formula we have to put up according to the given things. Okay, thirdly, we have to put the values in that formula, and what values, those values which we have written in the first step. Okay, fourth step is to solve the equation formed from the from putting the value, and then find out the final answer. These are the 4 steps that we must follow every time to become master in numericals. Okay, so numericals are very scoring always, so we must master it. It is just like mathematics, so it becomes very scoring. Each and every step is important. Okay, so first of all, we have to understand that question that we have understood. A train has been starting from rest. So what are the given things? Initial velocity is 0, final velocity of the train is 72 km per hour. Okay, and the time is given 5 minutes. Okay, now what we have to find out, if the acceleration is uniform given, the acceleration we have to find out, and the distance. According to the equations of motion, we know that distance is represented by s, so s we have to find out. Okay, so from 3 equations of motion, what are the 3 equations of motion? V is equals to u plus at, s is equals to ut plus half at square, and v square minus u square equals to 2as. These are the 3 equations. From these 3 equations, how can we find a from the given things? So we can we know u, we know v and t. U, v and t we know. So first equation use karo, and then we can find out a. So using equation 1, we can find out a. V is equals to u plus at write down the equation. So we are doing step 2, choose the equation and then putting the value. V is 72 km per hour. That we cannot put because our time is in minutes. So for either I convert this time into hours, similar unit, or I convert it into seconds. So better to convert into seconds. 5 multiplied by 60, that is 300 seconds. Okay, V is 72. How to convert? I told you in the previous videos. 72 multiplied by 5 by 18. Okay, so that will become 20 meter per second. Okay, so what is V? It is 20 meter per second. What is U? It is 0. What is A? It is to be found, so write down as it is. What is time? That is 300. Okay, so now I can find out the value of A very easily. So that is A is equals to 20 divided by 300, that is 2 by 30, that is 1 by 15 meter per second square. That is our acceleration. So one thing we have found. Now secondly, we have to find distance. Distance is in these two equations. S comes in these two equations, second and third, not in first. So either I can use second, let's see, we can use second, or we can use the third one also. So let's see, we have V, we have U, we have A, so we can use third equation. So equation number 3, I'm using V square minus U square is equals to 2AS. Okay, S to be found, so keep S over here. So that becomes V square minus U square over 2A. That is, what is V? Again 20. So 20 square minus U is 0 divided by 2 multiplied by A. What is A? 1 by 15. Okay, if it is like this, then our answer will be, by solving this, I'm getting answer as 3000. Okay, 3000 meters. So S will be our 3000 meters and our acceleration is 1 by 15 meter per second square. This is how we have to do. So this question was a type 1 question that we have discussed. In this case, our velocity was increasing and the object was starting at rest. That was a type 1 question. Let's do another type of question in which our velocity is decreasing. Okay. Now let's take another question, that is example 8.7. In this example, I'm just reading it out. The brakes applied to a car produce an acceleration of 6 meter per second square in the opposite direction to the motion. Okay, so here brakes are applied and the acceleration is in the opposite direction. That means the 6 meter per second square must be a negative value. Okay, so we will consider a negative value of acceleration because brakes are applied. Okay, if the car takes 2 seconds to stop, here the word stop is very important. That means its final velocity becomes 0, as we have discussed in this video. Okay, after the application of brakes, calculate the distance it travels during this time. So we have to calculate distance, that means value of S. Fine. So let's see how to do this kind of question. First of all, we will write down the given things. Okay, so I am writing the given things first of all in this question. Example 8.7. This is on page number 109 of your NCERT book. Okay, so first of all, acceleration is given. Okay, that is minus 6 meter per second square. Fine. Remember, meter per second square can be written as ms minus 2, like this. So in your books you can see this kind of denotation, per second square. So s to the power minus 2 it becomes. Fine. Now if the car takes 2 seconds to stop, that means time is 2 seconds. Fine. And to stop लिखा है, then it means final velocity must be 0. Fine. Final velocity is 0. With what velocity the car is moving, that is not given actually. So we can find out that also if we need. Fine. So what is to be calculated? Calculation is for distance. It says calculate the distance it travels during this time. So again the three equations we are having. What are the three equations? We know the three equations are v is equals to u plus at. Again think about these three equations. S equals to ut plus half at square, v square minus u square equals to 2as. Okay, again think about these three equations. We can choose among these three equations how to find s. To find s, we can use second and third equation. For second equation, we need u that we don't have, we need t that we have, we need a that we have, we need t that we have. So we don't have u. In the third equation also we require u if we have to find out s. So first of all we need to find out u. Without u you cannot find s. This you have seen from the equations. So first of all we have to find u. How to find u? We have a, t and v. A, t and v. So here from equation 1 v is equals to u plus at, we can find the value of u. So u is equals to v minus at. Okay, so what is v? That is 0. Minus what is a? Minus 6. What is t? That is 2. So it becomes minus minus plus. That means 12 meter per second is the value of u. So using this we can now find out s. Either you use this equation or you use this equation, any one you can use now, and then we can find out. So using equation number 2, because we have used equation number 3 in the previous question, so I can use equation number 2. How to solve this? Any equation we can take. So s is equals to ut plus half at square. Then what is u? That is 12. What is t? That is 2 plus half. What is a? Minus 6. What is t? Again minus, not minus, t is 2, so it is square actually. Okay, so a is minus 6, t is 2 square. Fine. So 12 multiplied by 2, that is 24, plus this 2 is 1 2 is cancelled out. So 6 multiplied by 2 is 12, that is minus of 12, this minus. Okay, so 24 minus 12 is 12 again. So s is 12, that is in meters. Remember to put on the units every time in your answers, definitely. So this is u and this is s that we have to find. Okay, so this was a question in which we can consider the type 1 question, in which we have considered the decrease in the velocity and when v becomes 0. In the previous question, example 8.5, it was increase in the velocity. So both were type 1 questions. Now come on to type 2 questions. For type 2 questions, I am considering the question from your exercises, that is on page number 113, your NCERT book. Okay, this is question number 7 from your exercises. Okay, the question says this. I hope everybody can see the question. A ball is gently dropped from a height of 20 meter. If its velocity increases uniformly at the rate of 10 meter per second square, with what velocity it will strike the ground? And after what time will it strike the ground? So we need to find out two things over here. One is time, another is velocity. Okay, so let's write down first of all what are the things given. This is a case when the object is falling under the gravitational force. Okay, so ball is dropped, that means it is falling. The ball, suppose this is a ball, it is falling under the gravitational force from a height of 20 meter. So this is 20 meter height. So that means s, that is distance, is given, which is equivalent to h. Okay, equivalent to h. Fine. If its velocity increases at a uniform rate, velocity increase at a rate, that means its acceleration is given. When it is falling, then acceleration is positive, remember, and it is 9.8 meter per second square, but here it is given to be 10 meter per second square. The round off of 9.8, the question is asking to take it as 10, so we will take 10, right? With what velocity it will strike the ground, that means final velocity we need to find out. Here initial velocity is always 0, that we have understood. So what are the things given? Acceleration is given, initial velocity is also given, which is 0. Okay, and what is v? V has to be found. And what else? One more thing we need to find out, the time also has to be found. One more thing is given over here, the height, that means s, which is height, that is 20 meters. So using these three things we can find v and t. Let's see how. First of all, we need to think about again those three equations. V is equals to u plus at, s equals to ut plus half at square. I am writing these three equations again and again in every question for you. You should remember these equations. You should learn these equations very well. Again and again you write down, again and again you will be able to memorize it. Okay, so how you will find out v? To find out v, we need u, that is there, we need a, that is there, we need t, that is not there. So in first equation we cannot use it. For finding out t, you can use second equation. S, yes, we have. U, we have. T, we don't have, to be found. A, we have, and t to be found. So you can use equation number 2 over here. Okay, you can use equation number 2. You cannot use equation number 3 because we need v, and that is also not there with us. So use equation number 2, that is s is equals to ut plus half at square, and that is equal to 0 multiplied by t becomes 0 plus s is 20, and this is half. What is a? A is 10, and what is t? T we need to find out, that is t square. Okay, so it becomes how much? It becomes 5. Okay, so we need to find out t square. So t square is 5t square is 20. So t square is 20 divided by 5, that is 4. So t is under root of 4, that is equals to 2 seconds. This is how we will find out t. Okay, now we have to find out v also. So if we have now t, then we can find out v using equation number 1. Okay, so equation number 1 says v is equals to u plus at. V is to be found, u is 0 plus a is 10 multiplied by t is 2, that is 20 meter per second. Very simple. So this is time. So 2 answers we required, that are according to these questions. I hope you are finding it easy. If you have any problem, you can always ask. Now let's look for the another type of the question, that is our second type, in which we are moving an object in the upward direction. That case we will consider. So for that question I will take your NCERT book page number 110. In that question, let's see first of all the question, page number 110 in your NCERT book. Question number 5. A stone is thrown in a vertically upward direction with a velocity of 5 meter per second. So here the stone is thrown vertically upward. Okay, with what velocity? With 5 meter per second. So this is u given. U is the initial velocity with which we are throwing the stone upward. If the acceleration of the stone during its motion is 10 meter per second square. Now here also acceleration, the question is saying 10 meter per second square rather than 9.8. The question is saying you take it to be 10. Okay, in the downward direction, the acceleration is the downward direction, so that means it should be negative. What will be the height attained by the stone and how much time will it take to reach there? So we have to find out the height and we have to find out the time. Okay, so let's start this question by writing the given things first of all. So what are the things given? Let's see in this question. In this question, first of all, our initial velocity is given. This is question number 5, page number 110. Okay, initial velocity with which the we have thrown the stone. Okay, that is 5 meter per second. Okay, so if the acceleration of the stone, acceleration is considered as 10 meter per second square. Acceleration is negative because stone is thrown upward, so acceleration is g, which is negative value always. Okay, and how much height it is attaining, that means s, which is height, that we have to find out. H, that is s, we need to find out, and how much time it will be taking to reach that height. Fine. So what are the things given? These are the two things given in the question directly, but indirectly we know that when the object is thrown upward, it will achieve a particular height and it will stop there. Okay, and its velocity becomes 0. Final velocity becomes 0. So actually final velocity 0 is also given in this case when the object is thrown upward. Okay, and after reaching a particular height, the object stops there and then it starts falling also. That also we know. So in some cases, in some questions, that case also can be considered when the object is thrown up and then it falls. So after achieving a height, maximum height, it stops there for few seconds, fraction of seconds, and then it again come back because of gravitational force of attraction. The earth attracts that object towards itself. Okay, so but now in this case only one part is given, that stone is thrown upward and its final velocity becomes 0 with initial velocity this. Okay, so time we can find out using equation number 1. You can see. Okay, u is there, a is there, v is there. So using equation number 1, v is equals to u plus at, we can find out time. What is u? 5 plus what is a? Minus 10. Okay, so t is equals to minus 5 upon minus 10, that is 1 by 2, that is 0.5 seconds. Okay, this is time. This is one answer. Fine. And what is another answer? S. How to find s then? Using equation number 2 you can find s, or equation number 3 also you can find s. S equals to ut plus half at square. What is u? 5 multiplied by t is 1 by 2, you can say. Easy to calculate. Whatever thing you find it easy, you can put the value 0.5 also. Half a is minus 10, and what is t? Again 1 by 2, and that is 1 by 2 square. Remember to make it square. So it is 5 by 2 plus this is 5. Okay, this is 5 by 1 by 4. So 5 by 2 plus 5 by 4. So this is 4 as an LCM. 10 plus 5, that is 15 by 4. So S is equals to 15 by 4. So it is approximately 3.7 meters. This is how we can find out the value of distance, or we can say height, from using all these values. Okay, so this is another type of the question in which we are using gravitational force. Hope you understood all these types of numericals. Thank you.